Welcome to Sports Close-Up. Today's show, high school golf. We're here with the star of the Meadville High School golf team, Ryan Ferry. Next to him is his coach, Fred Garvey. To my left is Ryan's father, Mike Ferry, also the golf pro here at the Meadville Country Club. Once again, Mike, thanks for letting us come out here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I'm glad we got a nice sunny day for you.
We sure do in late October. And Ryan, what a great season for you. You know, you're graduating this year, 4 years on the Meadville golf team, correct?
Correct.
Tell us about the process from 9th grade until this year.
It was a big learning process. I learned probably more than I have in school on the golf team as far as composure. My playing abilities obviously increased throughout the 4 years. Just everything about it is going to help me in the future, I think.
Fred, let's look at the word he mentioned during that answer he gave me, which I think is a key word. He said composure. How important is that to have when you're a member of a golf team or anything in life, and how do you guys teach that?
My kids, I'm very fortunate. I have kids from really good families. So the composure is more they're hard on themselves. Ryan's grown up, and they grow up over, from 14 to 18, there's a big difference.
Sure.
So stuff that would have affected him and bothered him is when he was a freshman. I can think of Blueberry. It doesn't bother him now. He even like you could just see him grow. They just grow up.
So we talking like maybe Ryan make a bad shot, and now you just let it go and concentrate on your next shot. You're not upset about the shot.
I don't think the let it go part's necessarily there yet, but it obviously does not affect me as much as it used to.
No, like, I can remember in the past years it would bother him 3 and 4 holes. Now he gets over it rather quickly. He's still working on it. I mean, he's still only 18. He's still a young kid to the rest of us old farts anyhow, but he's grown up immensely.
Let's take it from the dad's point of view, and that's got to be the toughest thing. Mike, you were an accomplished golfer. You did well at Meadville, and you went on and did very well, and you're still a good golfer today. Watching your son progress has got to be thrilling.
Oh, it's absolutely. He's done better than I ever did in high school, progressing like he has, and not only on the course, but also off the course. I mean, every one of the members out here said he's just a great kid. Doesn't matter on the golf course or whatever, but you know, he's grown into a great young man.
And that's got to be a great thing. It says a lot for you and your wife, though, and you guys should be happy with that. Ryan, going into this year, it's your senior year. I'm sure you had goals. Tell me some of your goals going into this year.
Going into this year, I wanted to place at States. Obviously, I achieved that with the runner-up, but at the beginning of the year, I would take an 8th place finish, or 10th place finish. I'd give out 10 medals. But towards the back 9 of that last round, it changed to, all right, let's win.
Well, let's get to that for a second, but let's not jump ahead a little bit too fast. You start your senior year, and what were your goals? Like do well in districts and get to states and medal at states, and how did you progress as the year went on? Did you see your game improving this year? I
struggled early on. I was still able to scrap it around. I think I averaged around 75 this year for region play, which isn't great, but I obviously wanted to win districts, being here at my home course. 4 years I've played in it now, so I would have loved to win it this year. Regionals, just survive in advance there.
Sure.
That was the only thing on my mind. And then states, obviously, I just wanted to place.
Yeah, and you did a lot more than places. States, obviously, second in the state. Somebody told me, Mr. Garvey, you can chirp in here, he had the record for about 5 minutes until the guy beat him.
About 5 minutes.
But he has the best score in Meadville history, correct?
Yeah, he had the second best score in Pennsylvania history. He was 137. 139 was the best at Heritage Hills. 138, the best in the state championship. Just wasn't good enough, but he gave it his all.
Now, you were there.
Yeah.
Were you walking with him?
His final round, yes, I got to watch the 66.
So when you're walking with him, like, tell me what that's like. I mean, do you just feel like any shot, I can make any shot? How does it feel?
Towards the back 9, I felt like I could pull off just about any shot, which I didn't feel that all year. I haven't felt that all 4 years of my high school career, but I just wasn't really concerned about where everyone else was. I was just kind of locked into my own round as far as what I was doing. And then, like, obviously I started to make a few putts, which helped out. But, like, I wasn't taking in anything around me until the round was over.
Did you get to go?
I was there.
You get to go walk the last round, too?
I walked both rounds and along with the practice round in the rain and everything.
What's it like for the parent watching your son achieve greatness in that last round? Because you're not playing. Are you more nervous than him probably? And like,
I'm not more nervous, but it's emotionally a drain on me. because it's exciting. The shots he hits, I could never hit when I was his age, and I still can't hit at this age. When you can fly a 310-yard drive in the middle of the green is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A few stats. I mean, he hit 33 out of 36 greens for 2 days.
Wow.
He missed 3 greens. Guys on tour don't do that.
Exactly.
And this is not an easy golf course when you've been down there. So he really mishit one shot in 2 days, which is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I'd say so. And Brian, what were the conditions like?
They were a little bit wet. The first day it was 69 degrees, I think, and sunny, so it was scoreable. The second day it was misting pretty much all day and a little bit more windier, so it was harder to score, but I was able to make it work, I'd say.
How do you adjust your game from day to day? For instance, you just said the 2 days that were different. How do you adjust your game? Do you go with, when you're trying to hit the green, do you go with a little longer club, or do you change your swing, or
based on the wind or how soft the conditions are, I'll maybe swing a little bit harder at it, try to spin it back. If it's firm, I'll take one less club and try to run it up a little bit farther, but all in all, my game plan pretty much stays the same.
What's the role of the coach during that, Coach? I mean, do you like nothing?
I'm not,
Give him water,
state
give him
tournament,
crackers.
I'm not allowed to do really anything. My job was kind of like, I don't know, I really enjoyed this round. I enjoyed it for a couple reasons. I've been friends with Mike for probably 30 years. It was a lot of fun to watch one of my oldest friend, or an old friend, watch his child. It was really fun for me to watch Mike. It was really fun for me to talk to Shelby. She was really, the parents, it was,
Sure.
I mean, so I'm an old guy now, so it's different. And it was really fun to see Ryan just in his zone, just competing and playing, and just, it was really special for me that way. Getting to watch, it's a rough round. I'm exhausted at the end of those rounds, and I don't hit a shot, and I really don't do anything. It's just so mentally draining. Me and Mike were talking, was it Saturday or Monday night? How tired? It's 7:30. We're oh my God, I'm so tired. And I didn't even watch a shot they hit, other than I was in the group behind them, so I get to see a lot of them ahead of me on Monday's round. You just, I mean, you wish so much for, him to achieve what he wants to achieve. Get to watch, people that you care about, obviously, do, their child. It just, as a parent now, it's kind of wow, it was pretty neat for me. That was probably my highlight of the whole week.
No doubt about that. And
Just the week.
do you guys think?
Well, that's the week, yeah.
Do you guys think that Ryan was a surprise to a lot of people? You think people looked at him like a threat to do this, or he came out and shocked
I don't know.
people?
I think there's 12 kids at every one of those bigger tournaments that can win whoever gets hot. It wasn't a surprise for me. I've seen him shoot Corey. He broke the course record this year, had 68, but had 9 birdies.
Wow.
I mean, 2 double
Potentially,
bogeys.
I've seen it. I mean, it's in there.
The
Just
couple
a matter
days
of
before.
mentally trying to stay focused and stuff. And he was focused for 2 days. That he's always had it in him. He's got the it factor. It's pretty neat to see.
So you're in the zone. Explain this to people. I play golf, but obviously I'm not as good as these two guys or you. But explain to me when you get in that zone, like you said, you felt you could do anything, especially on the back 9. Is there a calmness that just overcomes you?
That's one of the hardest feelings to describe, I think. It's just the only thing I was really focused on from tee to green was fairway, green, and then get it close enough where I can maybe make a putt. That's the only thing I was focused on. I wasn't looking at anything else. I really wasn't watching anybody else in my group play. I was just in my own game, in my own head.
Now, at your level, you guys are carrying your own bag?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a caddy. So do you have a little book that you keep like caddies do? You ever watch PGA when you're going around for the second or third day, or is it just here in your head?
I have a couple books for a couple courses. I didn't use one for Heritage because I played it enough times. I knew where the slopes were on the greens, where the hazards are. So I didn't need a book for that. I had a pin sheet that I used that I can differentiate what club to hit into the greens. But that's about it for
So
that.
I would imagine that last day, you placed the ball pretty much where you wanted to.
I did, yeah.
That's
Yeah. I mean, I missed one green the second day.
Wow. And your putting was no problem either, obviously.
I made a couple big putts on the back 9. Front 9, I didn't really putt it that great. I made a few ones that counted, but the back 9, I made a couple bombs to help me out, get me rolling a little bit.
Tell me what you mean by a bomb. How far away are we?
The one was 60,
Yeah, it's probably
60,
about 60
70 feet.
Holy mackerel.
No, it was all the way across the green. And they both,
Wow.
with the books, him and his father have this uncanny ability. Like, they can remember, they played course once, and they just remember, like, silly stuff. Like, Mike, if I asked him now, like, what did Ryan hit on number 4 his freshman year, his second shot, he probably knows if he saw it, or he has I mean, it's just, like, from...
I could tell you where he hit every shot in both rounds.
Oh, wow.
And they're the same way. So we make these books, like, measure slope and draw lines, and he barely uses them because once he's played it and looked at it, he just knows. They both are like that way. They just pull up figures like it's this, green's running that way. I'm writing this stuff down, and they just know it. Like, Ryan's been that way since his 9th grade year, probably earlier. I mean, but I really haven't spent a lot of time with him until he was in 9th grade, a little bit when he was in 8th grade, just around here. But they both, like, he's just like Rain Man with that stuff. He just pulls it up like.
What do you attribute that to, Ryan? I mean, just from playing from a little kid, or?
I think just playing a lot of golf. Like, I could tell you, like, hole 4 I had 87.4 yards in. I'm sure not a lot of people can remember that. I know exactly what shot I hit. Like, I can tell you almost every yardage I hit on that golf course. And that's just from, I think, playing golf for pretty much every day.
I've played golf a lot, and I can't do it.
No. So when you grip a club out of your bag, you're pretty much confident this is the right club to use for that shot.
At Heritage Hills, yes.
He's gotten better.
That's good. I mean, there's
believe
no
in
doubt
shots.
there
Like,
then.
Mike and I worked with him for, it was coming up to districts and that, like, he was like, I'm chunking this, I'm chunking that, and Mike's like, just trust your shot. Like, he did that at States. He sometimes questions himself.
You know, that's a good point. Let me ask Mike this too, because a lot of people see that. And this Mr. Duraj looking at the interview, I want to wave to Mr. Duraj because his family's the big reason why we have cable here in Meadville. Mike, how important that is, and how do people get to that point where they just trust their shot?
Regardless, when it's time to hit, you got to stay committed. You got to stay committed to the shot. You can't get up there and say, I need to hit this really hard to get it there. Take another club. I don't want to hit this one right, so you hit it left. You got to stay committed to your shot, stay focused, and hit it. And that's what he did for 2 days there. I mean, we fought that all during the year, just staying committed to the shot. If you think, I don't want to chunk this one, and you skull it over the green, that isn't a good result either.
Right.
So trying to get over those type hurdles, like he has the game, but it's a matter of getting over those hurdles. Don't think about, I don't want to chunk this ball. Think about, the shot. And at States, it seemed like he was focused on his distance.
So you were not second guessing anything you did then? Those couple
I
rounds,
second guessed a couple times, and that's when I stepped off the ball and thought about it again. But I did not second guess standing over the ball and then hit a shot. No.
Good move. That's a good answer. So you backed off if you didn't feel comfortable about it, and then approached it and made your shot. So when you're making these shots, and you're in the back 9 of States, and you're noticing you're moving up the leaderboard, obviously, and you're getting there, and you're making these shots, do you get any pressure, like, I'm going to get to 16, 17, 18, I got to keep this going?
I mean, usually, yes, that would happen to me, but I didn't feel any pressure at all. Which was
me and Mike felt it. Don't worry.
Yeah, they felt it for me. Everyone else felt it for me.
Yeah, right.
He said I wasn't nervous one time.
What do you attribute that to, Mike?
I have no idea. I was a nervous wreck. If I was a kid his age, I would have been a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
But
they don't have the leaderboards. Like, he checks at 15. He always wants to know where he's at 15. I think he asked me. We had a lull in play, and he was talking to me, and like, we weren't talking strategy or anything.
Right.
He was like, "How's everybody doing?" And he was 1 under on the day and losing ground. He's like, "Holy crap, I'm losing ground and 1 under on the day."
Yeah.
he walked off 17, and I said, "You want to know where you are?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you're 2 up on third, and you're 2 down on leader." He had probably his best tee ball. Killed it. So
First time he hit the fairway in 3 years.
So that was 17?
6 rounds.
18.
18. So what'd you get on 18?
Par. I ended up making a par.
Nice. So you
This
walk,
hole's only 460. Water all down the left, pine trees down the right.
Yeah, it's a
and you have to over water to get too.
par 5?
Par 4.
Par 4. I played as a par 5.
Ask him what he hit into it.
What'd you hit
50-degree wedge. A little
What?
knockdown. I hit the cart path a couple times. Got a little.
Yeah, we don't know about that, but
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, it was no man's land where he was. Like,
So, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway, Ryan. Obviously, from your 9th grade year to your senior year, you're hitting the ball a lot further.
A lot farther, yeah.
Why?
Just rhythm, I think, tempo. My swing's got a lot better from there. Like, I haven't worked out in those 4 years, so I can't contribute it to that. But my swing as a whole has got a lot more fluid and solid, which contributes to hitting the ball a little bit farther.
When you say rhythm, and that's an interesting comment you just made to me. As far as a golfer is concerned, so you're striking the ball in the middle of your club all the time because you just, when you're coming through it, you just feel perfect?
It's just good tempo from the top to about right here is what I focus on. And if you have good tempo from there, it's hard not to square it up.
Dad?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, he hits a lot of shots solid. Doesn't miss every many shots.
That's important, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Shot solid, right?
It is.
He's got a really.
Plus, he's gotten stronger from ninth grade, from your little tyke to you've gotten physically stronger, whether you worked out or not. Club head speed has increased. I mean, his club head speed of the driver's 120 miles an hour. So ball speed's up there in the 170 range. So that's up there.
Why is your club head speed more than it
Swing
was?
hard.
You're swinging harder.
Swing
Why
hard.
do people say you shouldn't swing hard? So I'm at a loss here.
With a driver, I swing as hard as I can without losing my balance.
Is that
Yep,
pretty
that's
much what people
perfect.
should do?
Yep.
Mr. Garvey?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a super good foundation. I mean, so it's easy fix if you can get him to buy in, and like that's gotten easier too. Like I figured him out as well as he's figured me out. Like when he was in ninth grade, I'd be like, Mike, what? He's struggling with his swing, and Mike wouldn't deal with him all the time. He's busy.
Sure.
I'd say he says his swing is like stupid. Get his head over the ball, just slow his tempo down, and as soon as you do it, now you've got Ryan's the kind of kid because he's a perfectionist. You've got to get him to convince himself to do it. So I give him suggestions and like run away, and then next thing you know, he's like, come back and he'll say the exact same thing me and Mike have been telling him.
He's worked very hard. When you hit balls 2 hours a day, all the time, he's worked hard at figuring out his golf swing. When he was in ninth grade or 10th grade, he said, I want to go to an instructor who can tell me every time I miss hit a shot, I want to know exactly what I did. It's better in this game to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And he's done a good job at figuring out. So when I hit one to the left, I know what I did there. I come off a ball, I know what I did there.
That's where you can make
and
the
he can make
correction.
the change
Yeah.
immediately. And as a senior, he's been able to make that change in the next swing. As a sophomore, maybe 3 or 4 holes down the road. So I think that's really where he's progressed a lot.
Wow.
And knowledge of his own golf swing.
Yeah. And you have a big knowledge of your golf swing now, then, obviously, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, like he said, I don't really have a swing coach. I mean, he comes up
Yeah.
and looks at it, but I'll take a lot of videos and I'll sit at night and I'll study it and I'll learn what I'm doing wrong and which way it's going. And then on the course, obviously, I remember that. If I hit one a little bit left, then I know what I have to do.
It's, I love your answer because it tells me if you want to accomplish something, you have to work hard at it, don't you? It just doesn't happen.
Yep.
You're looking at videos, you're working on your swing, you're setting goals, but you still got to go out there and do it, right?
No, really, he's taken a lot of golf lessons. A lot of golf lessons has really helped him over the years. And all that knowledge I was able to give him really is really what it is.
It has a lot
I
to
don't
do with it,
recall
more than you
ever
get
saying
yourself
that.
credit for. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with it.
Anytime he get a little bit out of whack, I would just come over and take a look. But I don't want to give him so much
Sure.
information he's thinking. I'd try to figure it out slowly. And it's worked for him through progress. But
Has your appreciation or your love of this game grown as you got older? And the reason why I'm asking is, you grow up, you're young, your dad's a golf pro out here at a country club. Did you ever feel pressure like, I got to be good in golf because people expect me to?
I mean, especially after this year, I feel like my love of the game's grown a little bit more, just being able to compete at that level. And like I've been to states 3 times. First 2 years, I didn't put a good showing, so I felt like, oh, I can't get to the top. Like that's the way, and that's not how I thought going into this year, but that was overhanging me those first 2 years.
Sure. There's doubt. Can
There
I
is
do
doubt,
this,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you do it. You not only do it, you do it in great fashion. Second in the state of Pennsylvania, and you're breaking every record Meadville High School ever had. I don't think anybody finished as high as he ever did, Mr. Garvey, right?
No, correct.
So, you finished higher than any person in Meadville, including your dad, in Meadville High School, Hit the best score anybody in Meadville High School is state. You come in second in the state. Wow. So, I asked you this off camera. You're thinking about playing golf when you go to college?
That's the goal as of right now.
Why is that the goal?
I love the game, and I want to keep playing it. I mean, why not?
How's that feel when you hear that?
great,
As a dad.
great. Because he's getting better every year. I think he'd do really well in college. He's got the game for college.
You got coaches getting a hold of you, Coach Garvey and stuff, and
Off and on.
Uh-huh.
I mean, several. But it's their decision. I just kind of give information and help with whenever I can. He has a study hall 5th period. I'm free first part of A lunch, so we get to spend some time there looking at different stuff. He's getting it figured out. It'll be a good decision for the family, and whatever they make will be the right decision, whatever it is.
The coaches want to talk to the kids. They don't want to talk to the parents. They don't want to talk to the coaches.
Nice.
They want to talk. So Ryan has been talking with these coaches of all these different schools on his own. So that's really a maturing process too. It's tough for me because I want to be involved in it, but he's been talking with all the discussion with them. So he's been doing a great job of that so far.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a learning process too of how to talk to them, what to say.
What did they say? I mean, besides once you come and play golf for us, what else did they say?
They'll tell me about their golf program and university, and if we're on the phone, they'll ask me, like, oh, what's the positive and negatives of your game? What can you work on? What are you already good at? And usually I have answers for those. They'll tell me a little bit about their pricing, what they're willing to offer sometimes.
Sure.
I mean, that's about it. And we'll just sit there and talk, learn a little bit more about each other.
Do they ask you if anybody else is interested in you? Or
Some of them will, and that's when I just say, yeah, I have a couple
you
other
don't tell them who
schools.
they are, obviously, yeah. That's pretty awesome. So what is the process of that? I mean, we're sitting here at the end of October. You're going to graduate early June or end of May. I forgot when that is in Meadville right now. Early June. When do they want you to decide? Did they give you a time like we need to know by February, March?
The earlier the better. I'm a little bit behind the game right now, trying to get everything caught up. But as soon as I can get it done, the better for them, because then they can close their recruiting process as well as I can commit and close that recruiting process for me.
So it's the end of October here as we're filming. You said you're going to make some visitations. You're coming up to different schools. When do you think you want to make this decision? You want to make it before Christmas, after the holidays? Mom, Dad, do you have any desire when he should make it, or
Hopefully by December 1st, I would say. Let's say in the next 4 weeks, it'd be nice.
When I know what I want is when I'm going to make the decision.
what do you want to go for in college?
I'm planning on business right now, but that could change based on what I see or classes that I take. I mean, it's still all up in the air for me.
So being that it's up in the air for you, then any school you can make a decision to go anywhere then based on maybe down the road what you want to do, what they have to offer you too, right? Besides golf.
Yeah, I mean, obviously academics is going to be a big part in the school too. I don't want to go somewhere that has a great golf program but is bottom of the tier in academics. I still want to get a good education for what I'm paying for it.
And you do well in school?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Good enough.
So that's important to you, which is important as your future beyond golf. This might be too early in your life to ask you this, but do you see anything going in golf, maybe with business and golf or anything down the road?
I'd like to hope so.
Settle down.
He doesn't. He's not in for it. I mean, I enjoy the game. I wouldn't mind being around it.
Why do you say that?
It's a tough business. The job is getting tougher and tougher every year.
Why?
The money is not there. The hours are there.
Why is the
and you
job-
don't get a chance to play enough. And he is so good and so smart and such a good personality that I'd rather see him go get a good job, make very good money, and play golf and enjoy it and have fun.
Why is it tougher today, Mike, being in the business of
It's just
golf?
it's a financial strain. We have the same budget now that we had 30 years ago here at the club. So minimum wages have gone up, taxes have gone up, everything's gone up, but we're trying to do it at the same cost, and it's just hard. So you're asked to do more and more. I mean, I have general manager / golf professional duties, so there's just more work and less money. It's tough, and I don't see the future for him down the road of getting all of a sudden it looks great. I mean, it's not like a teacher where you can retire at a young age.
Right.
I mean, that would be great for him.
Yeah.
Always me. He was a teacher too.
I know that. He was my teacher.
He was an administrator, so that was like super teacher.
Yeah, but look,
That's
he's
a step
retired,
up.
playing golf, and enjoying the game of golf now.
That's why we went into that profession, right?
Correct. Correct.
Everybody has choices. That's what I tell Michael.
That's correct. So I think there's a lot of other opportunities. I just want him to explore all those opportunities before.
Sure.
And I think honestly he can play a lot longer than I did after through college and then on even farther.
Is that what you want to do, play for a long time? I mean, you can play this game for a long time.
That's what I'd like to think right now. That's still a long way away for me. I'd like to think of it that way. But it would be a personal goal of me to maybe take it to the next level, play in some amateur stuff, qualify for bigger events.
You know, I just got to say this, your personality, from what I gather from the seeing you, Ryan, is you're a person that evaluates things, a little laid back. You do a lot of thinking inside. Maybe you don't tell everybody what you're thinking all the time. But it looks like he'd be great working with the young kids.
Yeah.
As he got older, helping at a clinic or something.
He does a great job teaching the kids now.
Does he?
When other kids are on the team need help,
Yeah.
the girls or the guys, he's over there
very,
helping them. He
very
can
good.
quickly pick out their swing
really good
Yeah.
with
and
picking
quickly
up.
help them out. So he's helped them out for years on the team already.
Yeah, you can tell by your personality. You wouldn't-
Someone has to do Garvey's job.
Is this an interview or a roast for crying out loud? You guys are
Does
killing
he
me
give you
today.
half the supplemental for that then, or?
I give him a little bit. Yeah.
So, but you enjoy doing that, though. That's good
I
for
do,
you.
yeah.
He's really good at it.
Yeah, and I bet he would enjoy, like, you have the young clinics here
He's
in
been
the
helping
summer.
the junior golfers
Yeah,
for the last
junior
4
golfers,
years.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Nice. Which you were a part of a long time ago.
Yeah,
Right.
a long time ago.
Wow, that's great. So, Fred, what are you going to do next year when this young man's gone?
Okay, we've got some rebuilding, some work to do. I'm gonna miss him.
Sure.
4 years I've spent I've seen every high school match a kid's ever played. It's gonna be an adjustment. His leadership, he really turned into a really good leader this year. I tease him all the time that, I didn't call him captain until after the state tournament. He's
waited.
been it, but I've never said it. Just more or less,
Yeah.
giving it back to him a little bit. He's done a really good job. He's grown up to be such a great young man. Really, we had a very special moment on the ride home with the fire trucks bringing us back to the school. It was our last van ride together. It was really good. Just talk, won't miss his feet so much because he gets a little ripe.
He makes me
stinky
sit in
feet.
the back of the boat.
Just one time.
Tell us about that when you got back with the fire trucks, and how was that?
It was an awesome experience to have everyone standing out there like that.
What does it tell you about this community, though? It's pretty special.
Amazing
isn't it?
community.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what sport you play.
Yeah.
Some people say, oh, they only do it for the basketball team. No, they do it for any team or any individual that accomplishes something fantastic like you did. And I've heard a lot of people in town, you probably have too, Mike, they're like, wow, gee, Ryan Ferry did a second in the state. That's unbelievable, and that is great. I mean, that is, and you're going to appreciate even more when you get older, an accomplishment that will be thought about in Meadville for a long time. And I think it deserves a banner. So I'll say it right now on
Talk
TV.
to Mr. Fry. You got more pull than
I think it
Yeah.
deserves a banner
Absolutely
in the
it
gym,
does.
second in the state. Your name up there. You now put yourself on a pedestal of being one of the top athletes to graduate from Meadville High School, and there's been many.
Yep.
And someday maybe Meadville will have a Hall of Fame. But there's been many top
Keep
athletes.
talking, Mike. You're
You
doing
know?
a good job, man. It's all stuff we've been bugging about for a while.
I know, but a tribute to you and your hard work, your dedication,
Thank
your
you.
persistence.
Thank you.
Because some people will give up on something if they're not accomplishing it or doing well right away or don't see instant gratification. And you know what I like about golf, Ryan, and these two gentlemen know this, and you know this too, is you really compete against yourself.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I took 4 years to figure out.
Well, hey, some people never figure that out. So,
It's
and
hard, too. It's a hard sport. It's tough.
when you watch it on TV, the pros made it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
Like any sport. Any sport you watch on TV, everybody says they can do that.
And
but
Ryan
you
made it
can't.
look easy at States.
He
I
did.
want one bad shot,
Yeah.
137,
right?
just one.
Wow.
We're at.
Number 8.
Number 8 first day where you
Day
pull
one,
up.
number 8. 2 under, and then I'm like,
Hey.
And he
Yeah.
made an unbelievable shot to get out of the hazard. I was hoping he was going to take the drop, but he hit an unbelievable shot to get out of it from there.
Well,
Now, the other thing you
Yeah.
haven't mentioned, he hasn't brought up, ask him about regionals.
Yeah,
Now, I
that's-
wasn't at regionals. I was in Las Vegas for
Now
a
that
member
I was
event.
nervous for.
No,
you were
That back
nervous.
nine was a little bit different.
he had a bad front nine, and he grinded and got back in it.
Regionals was where at?
Tom's run.
So you have to score a certain amount to get to states
Top
from
10.
regionals,
Top 10.
correct?
The cut was 75, and I
Okay.
didn't know that until after the round. So I shot 40 on the front, so I had to go 1 under on the back. I had it to 2 under, and then on 18 I hit it out of bounds. So I have to make birdie with the second ball, and I was able to make a 20-footer for birdie. Then I have to go to a 7-footer.
Isaac Feely, 7-footer.
And then I have to go to a playoff to get
Really?
to states.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know this. So tell me
Yeah.
about this. So who you playing off? The other guy you tied with? The other person?
Kid
you
from
tied with?
Bradford that I watched all day. I
So
didn't get
it's
to
you and
watch his
him,
shot.
18-9. How do we do
One
this?
hole.
One.
One hole down,
one
number
hole.
1.
Sudden death.
Number 1 or number 18? Or what?
Hole
what-
1.
Just tell me about hole 1.
We both hit it up there near the fairway. We both hit it on the green. I 2-putted, he 3-putted.
Nice. So.
But the key is he made a bogey with that second ball. when you drive back, there's nothing worse feeling in golf than when you're driving back in a cart to go back to the tee to hit another ball.
Right.
And he's got to then come through.
Yeah.
And he did. I mean, he came through and made a bogey. Otherwise, we're not talking about this second in States. I mean, that was...
So that when you, like you said, you're at the point now where you put that shot in the rear view mirror and you said, I got to focus on this baby.
Oh, I was obviously a little bit
He wasn't happy.
irritated. I was unaware of the out of bounds.
But you know what, though? If you weren't irritated, I'd worry a little bit, too. I mean, you're not a robot.
Well, that's
you
what
know.
I had the PIAA officials come over and explain it to me. I called them all over. I had my marker call more people over. So
Was
I could
it
talk
out of
to 'em.
bounds?
Yeah, they said it in the rules meeting earlier. Like, we played a practice round there Thursday before me and Mike Ryan and Michael Mahoney went down. And it wasn't marked. Like, the course was not marked well. And then they said it in the meeting beforehand, which...
They
but
said
How
it
can they do
was
that?
right
That's pretty
of
crazy, isn't
18.
Yeah.
they said they
Chestnut Ridge is out of bounds.
That makes
They
no
never
sense.
said
So
that.
it
they
wasn't
said the
marked
whole
the practice
boundaries marked with white line.
Was it?
which
They
would
put a
be out
white
of
line
bounds.
down to make it boundary, I guess.
And
but
then there's so much going on in that 5 minutes leading up to getting ready to tee off that he just missed it. I mean, we were sitting like this, talking in the cart, going over.
and it's probably my fault because we're in a practice round. I said it's not out of bounds in that parking lot left. The out of bounds is right inside the golf course. There's no out of bounds stakes. There's nothing on the cart.
Right.
I'm telling them that it's not out of bounds there because that's why you play a practice round.
Exactly.
So you can figure out these type things.
Right.
And I said there's not out of bounds there. And if he would have remembered or known that that was out of bounds, he probably gets iron off the tee. And,
Sure.
And he hit it so far, he probably could hit 2 irons and knocked it on the green anyways.
We got a real bad
But-
kick. He hit the fairway. The Altoona coach was there watching. He hit the fairway. He said instead of the ball bouncing, it shot straight ahead and then skipped down across the cart path and rolled out.
So I'm walking down,
Right.
and the coach comes back and says, "Your ball's out of bounds. You got to hit another one." I said, "There's no out of bounds over there. Like, that's impossible." I get up there. Sure enough, it's in the parking lot. I said, "Call the PIAA officials over here. It's not on the rule sheet."
Good for you.
Yeah.
But they said too bad.
They said too bad. They said, "Go hit another
Sounds like
ball."
that, right?
Yeah.
So, Mike, try being across the country, playing a golf tournament yourself in Las Vegas, and getting this text that he's now 2 under, he's on 18. Oh, they're bringing him back because he hit out of bounds.
Right.
I mean, that was excruciating.
So you go back, not iron?
I hit driver.
Wow.
I was not happy. I hit driver hard down the middle, hit an iron over the green, and then chipped on and made I'll say a 10-footer. I don't think it was, quite
longer
7
than
feet.
that.
Now, we're very fortunate what you're doing here. We appreciate it. Isaac Feely went around districts, regionals, and both rounds at states, videotaping every shot.
That is great.
So he's putting together a nice little highlight video and
Yeah.
things like that. But he was videotaping and commentating for all the other kids back home.
That is
and he
awesome.
said he made a 7-footer. And when I saw it, it was at least a 12. I'll say.
Yeah,
it was a long
more
putt.
than 7
So
foot.
obviously, if you don't make that putt, you're not
He's-
in the playoffs. You're not going to states. You're
Correct.
not coming in second.
That's what I contribute my state's finish to.
Yeah.
at the end
Yes.
of the day.
Wow. So you make the putt.
And
You
then-
go to the playoffs. You beat the guy by one
the
stroke.
numbers were low too. Like 75 has been usually top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
75 for the cut. I was like, oh my goodness.
So again, you make that. You're headed to states. To me, coming in second is like you came out of nowhere in a way. Not that you're not a good golfer, but you just made it to states. I know anybody can win it, Fred, but I'm still thinking other guys are thinking we're not worried about Ryan.
No, they know him from the summer. They plays with those kids. They know what he can
You
do.
guys know each other real well.
I
He
knew a
knows
lot,
a lot
of
of
them. They're all,
Yeah.
and I knew it was a good class. The whole junior and senior class I played with for 5 years are all good, but they can all go out there and shoot even par. Which
Not
usually
many of
isn't
them
the
can shoot
case.
66, though.
That's what I'm thinking.
No.
Yes. So 66.
Yeah, they
Wow.
know. I mean, they all know each other. Like, if we get the tee sheets, I'm like, you know, this kid, he's from Philadelphia.
Right.
I play with him. I play with. I mean, they know. They
You
play.
got the scorecard?
I don't have it on me now.
But I mean, you have
give
it,
it to
though,
you?
right? You have it?
Yes, I have a scorecard.
They give you the one from states, or they keep it.
They keep that one. I
Yeah,
have
they
that.
won't share those things. I don't
Really?
know why they won't get them back. I asked.
Don't worry, I have a
every year.
scorecard from both rounds.
I was going to say,
Mike
though,
keeps his own.
but they should have the state one. They should give you the state one if you want it.
They keep them probably for.
What'd you get
whatever.
from states?
What I get from
For
states,
coming in second. What did they give you?
they give you a nice medal.
Yeah.
It was a really nice one. It was heavy.
You didn't bring it with you, huh?
I didn't bring my medal.
That's
no.
okay, but they give you a medal. They should give you something for what, you know.
Yeah, they give you a medal. They medal the top 10 in ties. I think there's 14 kids that got medals.
Do they give you
13.
guys, do they get paid to give you golf balls when you get there or anything?
No.
No.
They don't give you like a sleeve of balls or anything?
No.
See, like football teams are going to play. They got a football.
Do they really?
Yeah. PIAA gives them a brand new football
Yeah,
for the
they
team
get
to use.
nothing.
We got a book.
Got a
We get a book. Mike has it.
That's it.
And a rule book. You got a rule
They
book.
gave you that book?
Oh, you got a
rule
bag
book.
tag.
A bag.
Everybody
tag,
shows
Yeah.
up, gets a bag tag, which is kind of cool. He's got 3 of them. Kind of neat.
So they don't give you a hat either, then obviously.
No.
No, we bought a hat, bought a pullover, things
Oh
like that.
yeah, sure. Wow.
And charge you to play the round.
What?
Yeah. The practice
Wait.
round.
Each day of competition, they build the
$35.
schools.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they charge the schools.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
I
charge
guess-
the school like the school had to pay for him to play in states.
Yeah, they bill John will be yeah.
Boy, we give
And
districts for free.
And the district or the regional, Western Regionals. I think it's $35 a round.
Makes
They
no
charge.
sense. What are they doing all that money?
No, we don't. Maybe we should start charging for districts.
That's exactly right. Wow.
Yeah, they build the schools.
Did they provide transportation for you, like money to
The
get
school
up there?
does. The school
Yeah.
does.
Wow.
School pays for the hotel and I drive the van.
Well, they should have for meals, I would hope.
Yeah, I guess meals.
So who went with you guys? The school.
Well, my golfers that could go play hockey, and the other one was in AP Calculus, and he didn't have an interest to go. And so we took Isaac Feely, who has no real clue about golf other than he works out here, and did some video. It worked out well. Isaac did a good job.
He does a good job with video. He
Yeah,
really
it was
does.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, Ryan. Well, I want to thank you for giving us a few minutes. We're really proud of you, the Meadville community.
I appreciate
that,
it.
and what a great accomplishment.
I appreciate
Second in state. So when you make it big, remember me someday as an old. I'll be in the hole by then. But no, really. This is our 201st show of Sports Close Up, and over the years we've had a lot of special guests on. We had golfers before and so forth. But second in states is the top of the cake. So congratulations.
it. Thank you.
Fred, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Mike.
Mike, thanks again, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
So for Fred, Ryan, Mike, this is Mike saying thanks for watching Sports Close Up on Armstrong.